Welcome to French Baking with Nadia.
Go.
Here is our chocolate cake that we made. It turned out beautiful, absolutely perfect. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it into 3 layers and then make our chocolate cake. Cut it with a nice, sharp, long serrated knife. And that can go to the side. And now we're gonna make 3 layers of cake out of this. You're just gonna eyeball it. Okay, now we had the round parchment paper on the bottom, so we're gonna just take that off. We don't wanna forget that. So it just peels right off. And we'll put that aside. And we're gonna use a round 8-inch cardboard to support our cake, so we'll put that underneath it. And we're ready to fill our cake with the different layers of chocolate ganache. Okay. This cake is very nice and moist and soft, but to even make it a little bit moister, we're gonna add some sugar water to it. We're gonna use 250 milligrams of water and then 10 ounces of sugar. And we just bring that to a boil and it's ready. We let it cool and then we can use it for our cake. So what I do is we just dab it on the cake like that.
Go.
For this cake, we're gonna use chocolate ganache filling. And to know how to make a chocolate ganache filling, you can see my other video on how to make a chocolate ganache filling. Okay, we're gonna fill our pastry bag with chocolate ganache filling. And I've already put a pastry head on. So you can use a nice wide pastry head. And I fill it about halfway. And then we can go ahead and put it on the cake. Move this away. We just squeeze the chocolate ganache filling out of the pastry bag. You can use a spatula if that's easier for you to fill your cake. And there's our first layer. And now we're gonna put our second layer of cake onto the first layer, and we'll just press it down gently. Okay, and then we're gonna again put the sugar water on the cake. Sometimes there might be an air bubble in the bag, so you can squeeze a little bit out before you start. There's different ways you can fill the cake with a bag or with a spatula, whatever is easier for you. Okay, with a spatula, a small spatula, I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe the edges of the cake. Okay, and then we'll continue to put the sugar water on the very last top layer of the cake. This is our final top layer. Go ahead. Okay, so here we have it. We finished the final layer of the chocolate ganache filling. Now we're going to do the sides of the cake, and we're going to put that on a cake stand. It's a lot easier to do it with a cake stand. Okay, let's go ahead and decorate the sides of the cake. Okay, so we're going to smooth the cake, and what we're going to use are 2 spatulas, a small one and a little bit longer one. Small is for the sides and the longer one's for the top. We're also going to use a hot jug of water, and we're going to clean our spatulas with that, and that'll help actually smooth the cake. So let's go ahead and do the sides, and I just dip my spatula in the hot water and shake it out, the little water, the little droplets, and then we just twirl the cake on the stand and keep our spatula in one place and just twirl it, and we get this round, smooth edges. The extras you get on your spatula, you can just wipe it off onto a bowl and dip your spatula again in the hot water. Shake out the extra droplets and do the same thing again. Just turn, turn. Do that. And look how nice and smooth the sides and the edges of the cake are becoming. Now you can put little sprinklers on the side of the cake if you wish, or you can leave it plain. Now let's do the top. Put your spatula in the hot water, let it drip out, and then we're just gonna glide that on. Like that. Dip it in the hot water again. The hotter your water, the better. It helps smooth the cake. This is a little metal triangle with jagged edges with different sides, and it also helps design the top and the sides of our cake and helps us smooth things out a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and use it. I'm going to dip it in our hot water again and shake it out, and then what we do is we just glide it over our cake. We dip it into hot water, and again do that. Dip it into our hot water, and you can do the side edges too if you'd like. If it's not smooth enough, you can do that. So I can demonstrate that too. You just keep it on the side and turn your cake stand. And there we go. Beautiful cake all around. Now we're going to decorate the top of it. Okay, we're going to use a 10-inch cardboard to place our cake on. We're also going to place a doily on top of that, and we're going to use a little bit of our sugar water to have it stay in place. So you can just dab it on the 10-inch cardboard, and then go ahead and put the doily on top of that. And now we can transfer our cake onto the doily and decorate it. So that looks about centered. Okay, there's our cake. Okay, we're going to go ahead and decorate the cake now with our pastry bag, and I'm using a French head. You can use whichever type of pastry head that you like. Okay, now we're going to decorate the bottom with a small head that's also a French head, and that's just the design, that's the name of it. Okay, so we're decorating the bottom of the cake by simply squeezing and pulling outward. And to finalize the cake decoration, I'm just going to put a few tiny silver beads on every other decoration. And there you have it, chocolate cake with chocolate ganache filling. It's delicious and rich, and I bet you can't wait to taste this.